Crown Prince Haakon of Norway opens the new headquarters of Innovation Norway in Oslo. Crown Princess Mary of Denmark welcomes 2 new board members to the Mary Foundation. And members of the princely family of Monaco attend a basketball game in Vonvier. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for January 9th, 2023. In Oslo, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Haakon of Norway officially opened the new headquarters of Innovation Norway. Innovation Norway is the, quote, Norwegian government's most important instrument for the innovation and development of Norwegian enterprises and industry. Innovation Norway supports companies in developing their competitive advantage and enhancing innovation. Innovation Norway creates value by stimulating profitable business development throughout Norway. Our programs and services are intended to create more successful entrepreneurs, more enterprises with the capacity for growth, and more innovative business clusters, end quote. After the cutting of the ribbon, the Crown Prince was given a tour of the new headquarters, as well as met with staff and the CEO. Yesterday morning in Serene, Their Majesties King Carl Gustaf and Queen Silvia of Sweden, accompanied by Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden, attended the opening of the Society and Defense Annual National Conference 2023. Held under the theme EU and NATO in a Security Policy Reality, the National Conference gathered over 300 participants and 60 speakers for, quote, knowledge dissemination, conversation, and debate. The focus is on the world's safety, Sweden's defense, people's safety, and society's crisis preparedness, end quote. This morning, His Majesty the King and the Crown Princess did a little skiing prior to attending the second day of the conference. In Copenhagen, Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Mary of Denmark welcomed 2 new board members of the Mary Foundation, Professor Vibeke Hosud and Management and Communication Advisor, Mr. Andreas Megos. Professor Vibeke and Mr. Megos are replacing Miss Caroline Herling and Miss Ulla Brackenhus-Schack, who recently stepped down as members of the board. The positions on the Mary Foundation's board of directors are constantly replaced based on a desire to ensure impartiality and renewal. In a statement, Crown Princess Mary said, quote, I am incredibly happy to be able to welcome Andreas and Vibeke to the Mary Foundation's board. With them on board, the board's competencies in analysis, research, and strategic communication will be further strengthened. It matches very well with some of the most important tasks in the Mary Foundation, to develop and spread knowledge about our areas of action and to create greater understanding for people who are outside the communities. At the same time, I would like to express my gratitude to Caroline and Ulla for their great commitment and important contribution to the Mary Foundation's work. They both have a large share in the establishment and development of the Mary Foundation to what we are today, and in our work to contribute to a society where everyone feels that they belong, end quote. Yesterday morning in Copenhagen, the Danish royal court released new photos of His Royal Highness Prince Vincent of Denmark and Her Royal Highness Princess Josephine of Denmark on the occasion of their 12th birthday. This year, the birthday images were taken by Danish photographer Mr. Jens Rosenfeldt. In Amman, His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan held a meeting with a delegation from the Business Executives for National Security at Al Husseiniya Palace. During the meeting, His Majesty the King highlighted the importance of expanding cooperation to counter joint global challenges, especially those connected to food security, energy, and climate change. The meeting also covered regional and international developments. Yesterday morning in Al Disi, Their Majesties King Abdullah II and Queen Rania of Jordan visited an agricultural project and the Women's Cooperative Association. The day began with a visit to the agricultural project, which extends over a total area of 1,000 dunams and is implemented by a consortium of cooperatives. Launched in 2021 upon royal directives, the agricultural project was developed on land provided by the Ministry of Agriculture and creates around 200 seasonal jobs for the local community members, 80% of whom are women. The Al Hussein Agricultural Cooperative and the Military Retirees Association oversees the agricultural project, while the Al Tuisha Charity Association operates and manages the fishery project, which produces about 6 tons of fish annually. Thereafter, Their Majesties visited the Aldisi Women's Cooperative Association, where they were informed about the various projects implemented by the, quote, women in the local community, including pottery and ceramic sewing and a play-based learning project, as well as traditional cooking experiences offered to visitors and tourists, end quote. The project includes a plant nursery, which consists of greenhouses for cultivating and repopulating endangered plants, such as the wormwood, lavender cotton, sage, wild thyme, and much more. At the end of their visit, Their Majesties planted a saxaul tree, which is native to Jordan's southern Badia region. In the afternoon, His Majesty the King, accompanied by His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II of Jordan, arrived at the Wadi Rum Visitor Center to participate in a meeting regarding the Wadi Rum Development Master Plan. During the meeting, His Majesty the King highlighted the need to create a follow-up mechanism on the Wadi Rum Master Plan's implementation with regular progress reports. His Majesty the King also cited Wadi Rum as a, quote, key tourist destination that must receive better attention to offer a comprehensive and unique tourism product, end quote. At the end of the meeting, the King called for integrating the development of the Golden Triangle, which is Aqaba, Wadi Rum, and Petra, as well as the southern region as a whole to prepare for the upcoming tourist season. Meanwhile, His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, the ruler of Sharjah, visited the Jebel al-Sheikh Tower in Corfaken. During his visit, His Highness was informed about the recently finished restoration work of the tower, which stands over 130 meters above sea level and provides a, quote, breathtaking view of the city and the coast of Corfaken, end quote. In the afternoon, His Highness visited a wheat farm in Melihat. According to a press release, during yesterday's visit, His Highness inspected the, quote, wheat plant, cultivated last November on an area of 400 hectares, as a first stage for the farm along with all operations related to the follow-up of the cultivation of the wheat crop, including irrigation, cleaning, and other procedures, end quote. In Monte Carlo, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco attended the opening of L'École du Goût, held inside the Belle Époque room at the Hotel Hermitage, Monte Carlo. For this morning's occasion, organized by the Chefs Association of Monte Carlo, breakfast was served in the presence of numerous personalities, chefs, and students from the Principality. Yesterday afternoon, in Fontvieille, Their Serene Highnesses Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene of Monaco, accompanied by Her Serene Highness Princess Gabriella of Monaco, attended the AS Monaco vs. Pau-Lacq-Orthez basketball game held at the Salle Gaston Médisson. So, who won the game? AS Monaco, 83-77. In Madrid, His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain visited the Ombudsman headquarters to attend the 40th anniversary of the election of the first Ombudsman by the Cortes Generales. The Ombudsman is an institution that protects and defends the fundamental rights and civil liberties of Spanish citizens and foreign residents by, quote, monitoring the activity of the administration and public authorities, end quote. During today's celebrations, His Majesty the King toured the offices of the Ombudsman, unveiled a commemorative plaque, signed the Book of Honor, and participated in a meeting with the directors of the Ombudsman institution. Yesterday morning, the Thai Royal Court issued a press release announcing that Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha of Thailand remains unconscious at the King Chulalongkorn Hospital in Bangkok. On December 14, 2022, the 44-year-old princess lost consciousness and collapsed while running and training with her dog for a competition in a local park. The Thai Royal Court also noted that the princess's doctors have concluded that she had, quote, severe arrhythmia due to inflammation of the heart caused by a mycoplasma infection. Doctors are administering the princess with antibiotics. She continues to depend on a machine for the functioning of her heart, lung, and kidney, end quote. That machine is also known as an EMCO. The Thai royal court also released new photos of Her Royal Highness Princess Sirivannavari of Thailand on the occasion of her 36th birthday. The lovely images of the princess were taken at the Bang Pa Inn Royal Palace, somewhere outside of Bangkok. In Athens, the Greek journalist Mr. Andreas Megos confirmed that King Constantine II of Greece is out of ICU and is in stable condition. Quote, King Constantine continues to be hospitalized at the hospital with his family by his side. The king is recovering quickly, and despite the severity of his condition with respiratory failure ailing him, he is out of the ICU. His entire family is by his side in the battle he is fighting. His children are in Athens, and his wife, Queen Anne-Marie, is by his side during scheduled visitation hours. End quote. In Honolulu, the family of the late Princess Abigail Kinoiki Kekaulike Kawānanakoa announced the upcoming funeral services for the late princess. On January 22nd, the princess will lie in state at Iolani Palace, beginning at 2 p.m. until 8 p.m. The public is welcome to pay their respects. On Monday, January 23rd, a private funeral service will take place at the Royal Mausoleum of Hawaii in Nu'uanu Valley. Princess Abigail passed away at her home in Nu'uanu on December 11th, 2022. She was 96 years old. Meanwhile, it was announced that the Friends of Iolani Palace received a $500,000 donation from Mrs. Veronica Kawānanakoa, the wife of the late Princess Abigail Kawānanakoa, to support Iolani Palace's Basement Galleries project. According to a press release, the quote, initial gift from Veronica Kawānanakoa's personal funds will establish the Kawānanakoa Legacy Room as a part of the project. A portion will be used to pay the palace's electricity bill, which the princess subsidized for years. Another portion of the gift is reserved to fund and seed a reserve study to identify possible maintenance and repair issues the palace will face in the future. End quote. Former KITV news anchor and current executive director of the Friends of Iolani Palace, Ms. Pau-Lacq-Orthez, said, quote, we are incredibly grateful to Mrs. Veronica Kawānanakoa for her commitment to provide ongoing support for the palace in ways that have long been important to Princess Abigail Kawānanakoa. Through these initial personal gifts, Princess Abigail Kawānanakoa's legacy and her commitment to Iolani Palace and Hawaiian culture will live on. End quote. An additional personal gift of over $250,000 has been established by Veronica Kawānanakoa through the Hawaii Community Foundation and is meant for Iolani Palace and other charitable purposes, according to the newspaper Honolulu Advertiser. The late Princess Abigail Kawānanakoa was a longtime president of the Friends of Iolani Palace, which was created by her mother, Princess Lydia Kamakaʻea Liliuokalani Kawānanakoa Morris, in 1966 to restore, protect, and preserve the history of Iolani Palace. And finally, Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, is celebrating her 41st birthday. Yay! Happy birthday! And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow on Tuesday, January 10th with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful evening and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, take care everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.